Hello, good morning, kiddies. We will continue learning about the group of the groups of animals as we start. Okay, I hope you are all doing well and have good times. Okay, as we said, we have six groups inside group of animals: mammals, birds, fish, insects, reptiles, and amphibians. Today, we will learn about the last groups inside group of animals, group of amphibians. Okay, so when we say that group of X of living things, that means all living things in this group share a common characteristic. So when we said group of amphibians, that means all amphibians in this group share a common characteristics. Depending on these characteristics, I will be able to classify living things inside this group or put it in different groups. Okay, so what the common characteristics in group of amphibians? Okay, amphibians can live on land and in water. So because of that we said group of amphibians. So that word amphibians means animals can live inside water and on land. So these amphibians when they were young, okay, not complete yet, their body is not complete, they live inside water and breathe using gills. When their body is complete, they live on land and breathe using lung as humans. Okay, so these amphibians can live on land and water. When they were young, they breathe and they live inside water, breathe using gills. And when they be complete or their body is complete, they live on land and breathe using lung. Okay, so this is characteristic number one. Characteristic number two, amphibians have no scales, no scales on their bodies. Their skins are moist and can absorb water and oxygen. So, because of that, they can live in water. So, their skin is moist, can absorb, can take the oxygen and water inside it. If their skins dry out, they will die. So if these skins dry out, they will die. Most amphibians live near fresh water. Why? To keep their skins moist. And this fresh water, as we said, as ponds, lakes, and rivers. Okay, so this is characteristic number two. No scales, they have moist skin. Number three, like reptiles, some amphibians are cold-blooded. Their body temperature depends on their surroundings. That means what? That the temperature of these animals it is not constant. It is changeable and depending on their surrounding. So, because of that, we said as a group of reptiles, group of amphibians are cold-blooded animals. Okay, this is characteristic number three. Characteristic number four, amphibians lay eggs surrounding by jelly-like substance. So the jelly, you will find the picture about the eggs of the amphibians in page 37 textbook. This egg is covered by jelly substance. So this jelly substance really is transparent. You can't see things inside this egg. So yeah, these eggs do not have a protective waterproof shell. Nothing to protect this egg. Okay? They are laid in water so they will not dry out. So because of these jelly covered things, they will not dry out because this allow water okay to go through it. So this is the characteristics of group of Amphibians, they can live on land and water. No scales, mostly skins. Like reptiles, they are cold-blooded animals and they lay eggs covered by jelly substance. Okay, so this is for example for and this is example for amphibians. This is frog, and here we have these uh, examples: frog, nut, toad, salamander, and cilician and axolotl. Axolotl. So all these are examples of amphibians. Axolotl, cilician, and frog, and nut, salamander, and toad. So all these are, yeah, what is my list? So all these are amphibians animals. So beside these six animals, as we said, so we learn about all these six elements in six groups inside the animal group. The last one, it was a group of amphibians. So beside the six main groups of animals, we have other groups. For example, spider and scorpions belong to a group called no arachnids. So spider and scorpions belong to a group called arachnid. So, and snails and squids are mollusks. So they are in different groups. Okay, mollusks. So this is groups of squids and snails, and spider and scorpions in group of arachnid. So this is all about the groups. We have six main groups inside group of animal. The last one, it was group of amphibians, and beside it we have two groups, group of arachnids and group of mammals, just like group of sorry no so yeah. So here we have the last topic we will talk about: vertebrates and invertebrates animals. So what that means: vertebrates and invertebrates animals. What the meaning of this? So yeah, this is good. Okay, so vertebrates and invertebrates animals. So some animals have bones inside their skeletons. These animals, we call it vertebrate animals. And some animals do not have bones inside their skeletons, or they do not have skeletons. We call these animals invertebrate animals. So vertebrates or vertebrates and invertebrates animals. Animals can be also classified according to whether they have bones, skeleton inside their bodies or not. Try to clench your fist and press the joints in your fingers and tell me, is it bones inside your skeletons or not? So in which group you belong to? Vertebrates or invertebrates animals? So animals have internal bodies, skeletons, they are vertebrates, and these such as mammals, birds, fish, reptiles, and amphibians. So they are vertebrates. That means insects is invertebrates animals. Okay, so this is the meaning of vertebrates. They have they have bones in their skeletons. Invertebrates do not have bones in their skeletons. Vertebrates such as mammals, birds, fish, reptiles, and amphibians, and invertebrates such as insects. So today we talk about the group of amphibians, and we said the characteristics or the common characteristics that we will find in this group. And besides these six groups, we have two groups, arachnids and mussels. And also we talk about the vertebrates and invertebrates animals, and that's about the bones we will find inside the skeletons of animals, or the other type that that we will not find bones in their skeletons. This is all. Thank you so much. So we finished by this. We finished from the groups of animals to classify a group of animals. The most important information you have to know when you want to classify living things in group, you have to know the common characteristics for this group. This is step number 1. Step number 2, you have to know the characteristics of the living things that you want to classify. This is step number 2. Step number 3, you will make comparison. You will compare between the characteristics of the group and the characteristics of the living things that you want to classify. The last step is step number 4. You will, if you found that living things have the same or most of these characteristics, you will put it in this group. So this is the steps you have to follow when you want to classify living things, when you want to put living things in different groups. Thank you so much for attending the lesson.